Hey everybody, long time no see. I'm going to recommend you briefly a very strange movie today called Motorama from 1991. This is directed by Barry Shills, and it stars Jordan Christopher Michael, who is a child actor in this movie. I don't think he acts anymore. If you've ever seen Full House and you remember that episode with the punk ass kid Rusty, pretty sure that's the same kid. This movie, I don't even know how to categorize it or what genre it falls into. It's an incredibly niche movie. The filmmakers certainly knew what they were doing when they made this. I guarantee that they knew it would not be successful. It's like a cult movie for people who like cult movies. It's about a kid who gets away from his abusive parents, steals a Mustang, and goes across the country to various gas stations to play a game called Motorama. What is Motorama? You pay $5 in gas, you get a card. When you open the card, you hope to get a letter that spells out eventually Motorama. Oftentimes, you're just going to get a duplicate letter or nothing at all. It's like Monopoly games from McDonald's, those gambling lottery kind of games. And the prize is $500 million. So that's the basic premise. This movie feels like a couple things to me mixed together, and base your recommendation if you feel like this is for you off of that. It feels like a 1990s Nickelodeon show or movie. It just has that quirky, weird tone that could only exist in 90s Nickelodeon, like The Adventures of Pete and Pete or something like that. Which in and of itself already is like Twin Peaks for kids, a very cool, surreal show. And this movie really does feel like Lynch. And now you hear that a lot, like, oh, it's Lynch, it's like a Lynch movie, but this really does feel like that. It's a great pastiche of Lynch and definitely a love letter to his style. It feels a lot like Wild at Heart or something like that. Kind of a more lighthearted version, but this movie also has a lot of dark stuff in it, tons of dark humor. Again, it's just so bizarre because you have this like 90s Nickelodeon kid style movie, but then it's really dark and has this Lynch thing. Some of the townspeople feel like Twin Peaks characters you would meet. A lot of the cryptic dialogue and just the uncanny valley, unnerving way this movie plays out feels like Lynch. You also have like a kind of Pee Wee's Big Adventure thing, like the Tim Burton style, again, picaresque kind of adventure, a road movie. Has very much that style. And then like Thomas Pynchon, very much so, the way the plot unfolds. It's not really a movie that you can just kind of idly watch. There's a lot going on in every scene. It's very cryptic. The way that the plot unfolds, you're not given a lot of context in the moment. It's that kind of movie where it all starts to like, the more you watch it, the more you get the idea of what's going on. It has this sort of like anti-corporate kind of message to it, or like a cog in the wheel, Big Brother kind of messaging. Definitely reminds me of Pynchon, clearly inspired by him. And just the setting, this not post-apocalyptic America, but a post-America. It mostly takes place in the desert, but it often feels like a pastiche of America. Like it's a Canadian movie, but what I thought initially was like Canadian money, but it's just some like made up money, I think. And the states that he goes to aren't even real states in America. It's very weird, right? The movie just has an incredibly bizarre tone to it, like lots of tonal shifts. Like I said, there are scenes that are straight up absurdist comedy that are just goofy and cheesy, and then there are scenes that are incredibly dark and weird. The whole thing is like a fever dream movie. It's not like an amazing movie, but I think it's really good, and I really enjoyed it. I highly recommend it. The music is done by Andy Summers from The Police. There are tons of cameos in this movie, like tons of character actors, some surprising cameos in here. It's just a super weird movie. And I know that there's somebody watching this who's like never seen it, who's like, yeah, that sounds like something I would like. That's kind of how I felt. So I don't want to say anything more. Just watch this. Like the kid in this movie carries this movie. Like I've never seen a movie like this where they have a child actor like in the whole movie carrying the movie, and this kid is awesome. He like drops the f-bomb constantly and like gets fucking tattooed and stuff, and it's like a crazy film. This movie's out of print, unfortunately. Kind of makes sense. It's a very niche movie. You can probably get a DVD of this used if you want, or go on Amazon Prime and watch this. Or what I would recommend, just go on the Internet Archive, find a rip of this movie. It's there. Download it and watch it that way. So totally recommend this. If you've seen this movie, I'd love to hear what you think. Not probably many people watching this. And if you end up going and watching this, let me know what you think. All right. Peace out. Have a great day. See you next time.